Today we'll be starting the portion for the 5th sem optional English students, that is paper number 1. It has been discussing some of the literary criticism. Today we'll be just having classicism. So classicism is always a first class, first standard literature. Classicism in the arts refers generally to a high regard for a classical period, classical antiquity in the Western tradition, as setting standards for taste which the classes seek to emulate. Classicism, both as an art, style and as a first theory of art, was defined by the ancient Greeks, emulated by the Romans, and then continued to appear in various forms across the centuries. The term classicism was first used in 1830. It used to refer to the ideas and styles that are common in literature, art and architecture of ancient Greece and Rome. When first used by critics, it was used to show explicitly an adherence to the traditional standards of simplicity, restraints and proportions in the composition of literary work. Classicism became a tendency to look into the ancient works of Greek and Roman literature for aesthetic values and styles. So we have many features of classicism. Before that, I just want to say that aptitude is meant for understanding aesthetic values and style of presentation. Classicism takes its inspiration from Greek and Roman literature because it considers these two as the most seminal periods in the European civilization. Classicism believes that these ancient literature are to be imitated by new generation. It also believes that classical art and literature stood for symmetry and clarity in every walk of the life. Classicism gives the stress or say emphasizes the principles of clarity, order, logic, harmony, control and decorum. Classicism also lays emphasis on pragmatism and reason. It does not subscribe to the exuberance of Renaissance humanist view of man. There are some people who just practiced this classicism. If we just look back into the history, we see in Elizabethan age, poets like John Milton, Ben Jonson, Francis Bacon followed this theory. In the Restoration period, we have John Dryden, Alexander Pope, and they looked at Homer, Plato, Aristotle, Horace and also Cicero for their inspiration and the model. In the Augustan age, poets laid emphasis on the study of form, which is a feature of ancient art. This habit of mind earned the title neoclassical to the Augustan age. The interest in the classicism is also being found in the 20th century with T.S. Eliot, the greatest writer. He is a great critic also, and Ezra Pound exhibiting the traces in their works. So we are looking to the features of classicism. The first one is the highest regard for the ancient Greek and the Roman literature. They gave more, they thought that these were the models for them. So it is a phenomenon which disrupts radical innovations. The critics and the authors of classicism show their strong faith in traditionalism. The propagators of this classicism are the writers of the ancient Greek and Rome. They have achieved their excellence and established the role models. On the basis of classicism, the term classic has come to practice. The benchmark for the classicism is achieving the excellence. So we'll be stressing on the second point, that emphasis on the orderliness and excellence. Classicism emphasizes social organization. Classicism believes imitation of human life in systematic manner. The artistic form gives a wide scope for imitation. It lays down instruction to write a work of classicism. Also believes that subject matter which is based on widely shared experience, thought, feelings and tastes. Classicism opposes the qualities of invention. Alexander Pope believes it's true wit. Classicism views human beings are limited agents who walk towards accessible goals. Human beings are given a restricted position in the cosmic order. So the third one, that's the third point, the third feature of classicism is they have a great admiration for great forms of literature. Classicism admires the great forms of the literatures like epic and tragedy. They follow rules and conventions in literary subjects, structures and diction. Classicism follows the authoritarianism. It does not deviate. That means it doesn't move away from the standards, rules of politics, ethics and morals. It tries to discern universal truths and establish standards of lasting validity. Thus, classicism formulates the laws of aesthetics, the rules of writing and correct composition. Classicism is like a recipe prepared after careful instruction. So they give more attention here. The artists and the critics of classicism are like the scientists who strictly follow calculation, judgment and reason. Thus, a work governed by the rules of classicism ultimately aims at reason, skill and moral pursuits. So next we have technical craftsmanship and or artistic perfection. Classicism is governed by the rules, regulations and unerring principles. The features of classicism are correctness, stylistic decorum, established rules, essential properties of structure and the quality of excellence. These features survived in the classical works of Greek and Latin. So we have the authors like John Dryden, Alexander Pope, Samuel Johnson, Oliver Goldsmith have contributed innumerable works for this, and they have maintained the principles of classicism. Objective order is another element of classicism. So now, of course, every theory will be having merits and the demerit. If we just keenly notice, we find some of the demerits of classicism here. The major drawback of classicism is governing rules. It has given too much importance to rationalism. It doesn't give importance to emotions. It just concentrates on the rational things. It has given too much importance to rationalism. Another weakness is classicism is a standardization and fixed pattern. In the school of criticism, everything is credited to rule, regulations, structure and composition. And it gives much information to ethics and morals. So we'll be comparing all the three theories: Romanticism, Classicism and Realism. We'll be concentrating just on Classicism. I hope you understood that what do you mean by Classicism. Classicism is that is a first class or the first standard literature. Okay, thank you. We'll continue it in the next class.